Mackey Motors in Lake City is the place to find new and certified used vehicles, along with a knowledgeable and helpful sales staff. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City.
Mackey Motors postgame show continues here tonight on 93.7 at KKRL. Breeley Clayburg with the Coon Rapids Bayard Crusaders joining us here in this postgame. And Breeley, I know a disappointing one tonight, a 3-1 loss here at home to your rival in Glidden Ralston, but I had you unofficially for 17 or 18 kills tonight, so you swung pretty well. Talk about how you felt like the Crusaders played and what happened here tonight.
I feel like we definitely didn't try or give it our 100%, but I think it was pretty close to that. We definitely could have came out stronger, and we just really wanted to beat them, but in the end we just didn't pull it off.
What does this rivalry mean for you and for the girls? Because I know you're friends with a lot of the girls up there. You know a lot of them. So what's this rivalry like for you?
Yeah, we're close friends with some of them, and it's just we're such close towns, and just the passion that we have for the sport. We just really competitive and want to beat them.
I'm unplugged again, guys. What? I didn't even touch anything in here there. And we welcome you back. Sorry, folks, having some technical difficulties here. Breeley, talk about what you saw here at the net. You had a good night. You were able to push and tip some, but you swung some as well. What were you seeing from the block here tonight, and how was that affecting how you were trying to attack?
Well, they definitely were a tipping team, or they tipped the ball a lot, so we had to adjust their block or pull off quicker, but they got a lot of them, and we just didn't react soon enough.
How did you feel swinging, and what were you seeing from their block?
I just kept strong and just tried to swing through the block and look at where they're positioned and tip it some of the times, but most of the time just swing hard.
Breeley, just a sophomore for you. Where do you feel like you've grown from a freshman to now a sophomore after having a year under your belt at the varsity level?
I definitely think I've improved a lot from freshman year. I didn't play as much as this year, and just really came a long way.
Well, I tell you what, congratulations. Great effort out of you tonight. I know things will get going for this team, so I appreciate you joining us here tonight.
Thank you.
You bet. Breeley Clayburg again with the Coon Rapids Bayard Crusaders. We'll get head coach Marissa Dembinski to slide her way up here, and we'll get her into the post-game area here tonight. And Coach, I appreciate you joining us here, and thank you very much for coming up. I know not exactly the way you wanted things to go here tonight, a 3-1 loss at home. What did you see from your ball club? Because I know coming into tonight, you had told me that last match you thought they had kind of started to turn the corner a little bit.
Yeah, the last match that we had, like what I told you, we were swinging hard, we were playing how we want to play. Today we did not do that. We kind of folded to how they were playing. They tipped a lot, they hit our donut more, and we just didn't adjust very well. We talked about it yesterday, and we just didn't execute like we thought we were going to. We showed some fight, we're just a little bit too far behind when we showed that fight. So that's the biggest thing, is that we weren't playing the way we want to play volleyball. We kind of went to what they were doing, and we've tried that. We've not been successful that way, and it proved tonight too.
Looked like their serve gave you a little trouble on serve receive tonight. A lot of your setters are behind that 10-foot line, having to set quite a bit tonight. Is that something that you guys have kind of had a trouble with, or was it just something tonight that was different?
We've been working on being out of system a lot. I think we put a lot of pressure on our pass, and we have two not new setters, but inexperienced setters. Yep. So we try to keep them off the net. They're not used to being on the net. So that's kind of how we want things to run. We'd rather them be off than on, just because it gives our hitters. I mean, we're tall, but we don't jump very high, so it gives them some time. But I just don't think we were as resilient as we could have been. We let a lot of things kind of happen. A lot of things affect us. One thing went wrong, and then it sucked our energy down. And this is exactly what I told the girls in the locker room. We had one thing happen, and then it was like the end of the world. We weren't tough. We weren't mentally tough with it. And I think our skill is there. I mean, our stats. If you look at our stats, I mean, if you watch the game, it was a good game.
Right.
But like, our skill is there. I think we're moving on to the mentality part. Like, how do we stay mentally tough the whole time because things aren't going to go our way. There's a lot of uncontrollables about the game, and how are we going to bounce back? bounce back as well as I'd like right now.
I thought Lacey Davis and Gracie Johnson both had some nice service runs for you. How did you feel like you guys served, and were you able to get them in the situations you wanted?
Yes, better. We served better than we have. Still not where we'd like it. But yeah, they hit the spots exactly. They trusted me when I called some plays. Set number 3, that last serve, I told them that we were going to avoid their libero all night, and I went straight for that last game point, and Bryn kind of looked at me, gave me a funny look, and just thank you for trusting me. It worked out. But yeah, our serve has gotten a lot better throughout the season. I think we realized the importance of it. I think we've had so many games where it was way closer than it should have been, or we lost and we had 6 or 7 missed serves, and so I think we kind of figured it out there.
Head to Woodbine now on Thursday. A team with some good size. What are you looking at with the Tigers this year?
We're hoping to get a good block up. We're hoping to clean up our front row. I think our back row, Lacey and Lydia and Bryn, Gracie Johnson back there, I think they're always throwing themselves on the ground. If you see Lacey like had cuts on her arm, they're giving 100%. I think we need to clean up our block. That's something that we just wasn't quite on tonight. If we clean up our block, I think we'll be good.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you joining us. Best of luck coming up on Thursday night.
Thank you.
You bet. Marissa Dembinski, again, the head coach for the Coon Rapids Bayard Crusaders.